Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm finally back. I got back like maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Houston trip was beautiful. It was absolutely great. I'm gonna do a stream. I don't know if it's gonna be tonight or if it's gonna be just all day tomorrow, but I mean, definitely for the next week at least, I would get ready for a stream every day. Um, but let's talk Rockets basketball. Before I get into it, if you guys enjoy this video and you want to help me out, any likes, any comments, they help out the algorithm so much. So I really appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. I feel so bad. I feel like I've been MIA for the last 10 days. I pretty much only streamed for like 10 minutes once in the last week and a half. So feels great to be back. It was a little hard to watch Rockets game. I had to buy League Pass. I pretty much bought League Pass like right away because it's just so much easier to watch it. Basically, we traveled from Chicago to Houston, but we stayed in Memphis, Baton Rouge. We re-stayed in Memphis again. It was just so much traveling, and it was actually kind of perfect to watch the games after it. Last night was tough, man. I'll definitely be live for tomorrow's Lakers game. I think it's tomorrow, right? Yeah. Tomorrow's Lakers-Rockets game, I'll definitely be live, but it was tough, man. It was tough to watch because, obviously I knew exactly what happened. I knew the score of the game. I knew all the box score stats. I knew everything. I saw Twitter. I saw Swaggy's video. I saw everybody's video. I saw what the media was saying. I saw your guys' comments. So it was honestly not as bad as I had originally expected that game to go until, I don't know, I forget what it was now, like maybe 4 minutes left to play in the half or when things kind of started to collapse. But all in all, it's more or less, it kind of just reminded me of the playoffs. I mean, our playoff series against the Lakers, we shot the ball so badly. I guess it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. We didn't shoot the ball good. We had, 22 turnovers? I mean, I'm watching the first quarter, and I'm like, did we just have, 8 or 9 turnovers in the first quarter? And we were down by, 5 points? So we're down by 5 points with 8 or 9, however many turnovers it was, and we still have a chance. So I knew immediately, that was a great sign. I mean, Jae'Sean Tate comes in the game. He had a great game off the bench energy-wise. Boogie, tough ejection. Honestly, I don't really know what to say about Boogie. I have a feeling he could easily be a problem in the locker room or just nights like this. I don't think it will be, but it is definitely something to monitor. I mean, he's only here on a 1-year deal. But he had 2 big threes last night. It definitely shifted momentum when he got ejected. Kind of tough for the bench. And then considering Eric Gordon has 4 points off the bench. I think it was 4 points off the bench, man. So, going into the season, if you guys watched my videos, you guys know I was heavy trade Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. I wanted both of these players gone, and I wanted them both gone before the start of the season. So obviously preseason comes along, and I have to kind of just, my videos shifted. It was, all right, we got to deal with Eric Gordon. We got to deal with PJ Tucker now. I mean, there was a lot of rumors, especially with Ivor and all his brothers and, all those BS rumors. So now it's kind of, I don't even pay attention to trade rumors anymore. I have no idea what the trade market's saying. But Eric Gordon, I've been saying recently, I'm willing to give him a little bit more of a pass. I mean, last night just wasn't his night. Career 16.6 per games. He can shoot the ball at a high level. He can defend at a reasonable level, no doubt. He's been a 6th man of the year. He's perfect off the bench. And then PJ Tucker, to me, 35, 36, wants an extension. I think that the Rockets need one more piece at least in order for this team to kind of get clicking right away. What I mean by that is in this new offense is it's no more ISO ball. So Harden doesn't have to have all the pressure and all the responsibility of scoring every single possession. So we need role players. We need role players who can come in and fill their roles. Daniel House he hasn't had a great start to the season. However, last year he was very important to us in the bubble. I saw a few stuff on like social media that I don't think he played last night, and some people were saying, we were shorthanded. I mean, that's such BS. Like, Daniel House, like, really, like, if we lost last night, we're gonna lose with or without Daniel House. I'll tell you that for sure. So hopefully he plays the next game. But yeah, those small little injuries, I mean, they're not great, but in last night's case, we weren't really going to win that game with or without Daniel House. I mean, 22 turnovers. Like, you shouldn't win an NBA game when you commit 22 turnovers. If this was against the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Warriors, yada, 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 I'd be like, all right, it's fine because they're a contender, but it wasn't a complete blowout. I know that might get disagreed with, but I don't view last night as a complete blowout. In fact, like I said, through 4 minutes or whatever through the first half, it wasn't that bad considering how many turnovers we had. I mean, it wasn't horrible one bit. We weren't shooting the ball well, and we were turning it over. We were so sloppy, but it wasn't that bad. I hate to say it because I know Eric Gordon, I know PJ Tucker, I know they mean a lot to a lot of fans and even to the organization. However, it's looking like, because I kind of want to keep Daniel House. I don't really see a reason to get rid of. I mean, I've had mixed feelings about his season, but when you really look at his contract, it's just like, he's 27. I mean, this is a steal right here. I don't really want to trade Daniel House. However, maybe make his role a little bit lower. Ben McLemore is a guy who I think deserves more minutes. However, defensively, I think he's more of a liability than a threat. I'm not too convinced with his defensive abilities. I never really have. So we'll kind of wait and see with that. But Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker, or Eric Gordon and or PJ Tucker, they're gonna have to be traded, guys. Like, it's either that or, I mean, John Wall's not getting traded, Christian Wood's not getting traded, and obviously this video is contingent on the fact that we're just talking that James Harden stays, and that there's nothing else. I don't even want to get into other scenarios. James Harden is staying. He is a Houston Rocket. PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, 2 first-round picks. Those are our assets right now. And then, obviously Daniel House. A lot of guys finally have been getting on board with Miles Turner. I made so many videos saying, like, Victor Oladipo and a Miles Turner package. Like, packaging those 2 players, honestly, guys, I would give up so much for that. Like, I would literally, for Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner, I would be prepared to give up Eric Gordon. I'd be prepared to give up Daniel House, 2 first-round picks, whatever it is to get that, because Miles Turner's a young, very athletic defensive player of the year. Miles Turner is a stud, especially on the defensive force. I just see no reason. And then Victor Oladipo, I understand all the issues, injury prone. He's not a superstar by any means, but he's a, certain tier star. He can score the basketball. I don't think that Eric Gordon's defense is as good as, I don't think Eric Gordon's defense is good enough for our current roster to just be content with making a deep playoff run. Like, our bench needs defensive help. We're a bottom tier defense in the NBA. I believe we're, definitely top 5 worst, top 3 maybe. We need to defend the ball better. And it has been to a lot of, a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, the first 2 games we're missing all these players. James Harden will miss. John Wall will miss. DeMarcus Cousins will get ejected. Whatever it is, it's all been crazy. But I've got high hopes for tomorrow. I never really think that when teams play back-to-backs against each other, or 2 back-to-back games, I rarely think that they win both games. I mean, Silas is going to make adjustments. Harden's going to make adjustments. All the players. I don't expect, especially as ugly as a loss as the scoreboard showed, Don't expect us to turn the ball over 22 times. In fact, I really totally believe that we're going to get a win here. So let me know what you guys think about today's video, and I'll see you guys later.